to show an exclusive live performance from Tom, Indy, Pops and Gene playing live in the studio. But we kick off today with straight in at number 7, another brand new event for Gamesmaster and the pulsating pants party with Things with Wings.
Today, I've opted for something rather different. A 3-part challenge on the Nintendo 64 classic, Pilot Wings. 3 teammates will each face a different task on the game with a time limit of 3 minutes, 30 seconds for them to complete the whole challenge. The first must navigate his gyrocopter through 10 rings. The second must score a 25-point bullseye on the cannonball level as quickly as possible, while the third must once again straddle his copter and shoot down 10 balloons from the night sky. Time is of the essence, so it will be up to each contestant not to let the side down by wasting valuable seconds. Oh, I do love a threesome.
Now, I often ask people to dress up in various uniforms for my own personal viewing pleasure, and today is no different. Our contestants are technically pilots, but I'm sure they would have done it anyway. Please welcome Jeremy Attridge, Mark Chappell and Paul Milnes. Welcome to the show, Jess. Welcome, chaps. Nice to see you, Millsy. Right, Jess, tell us how far, what's the fastest you've ever flown?
Well, the jet does Mach 2.2, but I've been twice the speed of sound in it.
And what's that in Skoda terms, miles an hour?
It's a bit faster than your average Skoda. It's about 1,400 miles an hour.
Okay, and like, how long is your flights? I mean, like, if we fly abroad to film and we do, like, 12 hours to get to Los Angeles, how long do you guys fly?
Typically, if we're working day to day, it's going to be about an hour and a half, but I've been up for as long as 8.5 hours.
Do you get in-flight movies then, when you're not for that long?
No, you get a nice navigator to talk to you, though, and they can witter on a bit and say some good stories, yeah.
Now, chaps, you joined at the same time as Jez did on April Fool's Day. Why was that?
I'm not sure if that's the Air Force playing a joke on us or us playing a joke on them, but that's the way it worked out.
Yeah. Now, you do a lot of instructing. Is that kind of like a school? Are you like the teacher then, and did they like take the mickey out of you, the pupils?
We have a good working relationship. It's like being out of school. Bit of a laugh.
That's good. That's good. And finally, Millsy, you're all in different squadrons but the same base, is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
What's it going to be like going back to base if you don't do this challenge?
Thinking nightmare, 'cause if we mess up at any stage on this game today, then the banter will be horrendous when we get back.
And they don't muck about with banter?
Oh, no.
On military bases, do they?
Quite harsh, I should think.
OK, while we get the guys in position, let's find out what's happening in today's news. This Easter sees the release of the console version of the arcade classic Manx TT. Featuring 2 tracks and an initial choice of 8 bikes, the game comes with a host of options, including mirror mode, bonus bikes, 2-player split screen, and apparently even a racing sheep cheat that was in the arcade. It's a rare cause for Saturn owners to celebrate. Since we're getting near the end of the series, we thought we'd give you an exclusive peek at the PC game everyone will be talking about later in the year, Unreal. Making full use of the new MMX chip, Unreal sports the kind of graphics that make Quake look like it's running on the Game Boy. Lastly, I do apologise for the appalling quality of this footage, but it's the only material we could get our hands on of the new Street Fighter 3D arcade game. It's Street Fighter, yes, but this time, joy of joys, it's in 3D. Some new characters are in evidence, but it still looks, smells and tastes like the Street Fighter we all know and love. It should be in the arcades later on this year. Top news action there. Now, Millsy, Jez and Chaps aren't actually the Arsenal midfield, although they send it out. They are actually all fighter pilots, and they're about to do our event on Pilot Wings on the Ultra 64. Kirk Ewing has been my co-pilot for this particular challenge, which is why I've put my arm like that in a kind of pilot-co-pilot manner. Now, Kirk, you are from Viz?
Yes, I am from Viz, but today I'd actually prefer to be known by my codename, which is Purple Monkey. OK, that's Kirk's call sign today, and I'm going to be Choke Chicken. So, Kirk, have you got any tips for the guys on this first part of the challenge? First part of the challenge is the river run, where you're flying your gyrocopter. Basically, hit all the rings, don't miss a ring. And if you have a real problem, try and hit the white rings, because that's going to give you an extra 5 seconds. I mean, you can maybe loop back round and do one if you miss it.
Or carry on to the other parts of the challenge, because This is a 3-stage challenge. The guys have got 3.5 minutes in total for all 3 stages. I'll explain the intricacies and subtleties of each stage as they come to them. Best of luck, guys. Your 3.5 minutes begins now. Okay, so off goes Millsy in his wee gyrocopter. You can see a radar on the screen with a little yellow blob coming towards it. That is the first ring that Millsy has to fly through. He's got to fly through 10 rings. We reckon he wants to be doing them in about 1.5 minutes to leave enough time for his other 2 teammates. Here comes the first ring. You've got to get the height just right as well, and he's safely through it there. We're looking for the second ring there. It's not a bad start there, Kirk.
Not bad, choke chicken at all. As you mentioned earlier on, once he's hit one ring, the next one opens up. That's why it's imperative that you get through every single one.
Okay, that's number 2 ring clear. We can see number 3 in the distance there, Purple Monkey.
Yes, indeed, choke chicken. Actually, this gyrocopter reminds me of Little Nelly as flown by Sean Connery in that famous Bond movie.
That's right, Little Nelly.
Little Nelly.
Yes. Okay, that's the 3rd ring. 45 seconds gone, about halfway through the time we reckon he should be taken. He's just coming up for the 4th ring. That's it. He's through the 4th ring there. We're looking for ring number 5. 55 seconds gone. This is all right so far, Kirk.
I've seen some awesome aerials so far. Now, if he can just get lower and down in it, but he's actually a bit of a chicken.
He's gone for the blue one there, Purple Monkey. He could have gone for the white bonus one. That would have given him an extra 5 seconds, but he's playing safe. 1 minute, 10 seconds gone there.
There'll be tears in the squadron tonight.
Okay, that's the 6th ring safely through there. 1 minute, 17 gone. This is going to be very, very close here. I would like to have seen him do it quicker, Kirk.
He could have done it a bit quicker. He also could have hit that other white ring on the left-hand side there. But he has cleared the bridges, and as you can hear the crowd go wild in the background.
Okay, 8 rings clear now. There's a white one there. He's going to go for the bonus ring. He's through the bonus ring. That's 9 rings, but he's going to have an extra 5 seconds that his teammates can be helped out. He's going to go for another one. That's it. Stop the clock. That's the 10th ring there. 1 minute, 38 seconds, but he did get a 10-second bonus, so we're going to take that down to 1 minute, 28 seconds for Millsy. Excellent display there, Kirk.
It's a damn good flying.
Now we're going to go on to Jez on the cannonball.
That's right.
Now, what tips can you give Jez for this?
Well, we reckon he's got about 40 seconds to get this guy launched into the big target. However, if he does manage to do it first time, then he's going to help out the teammates a lot. So that's really what we're after, is to try and get this down as first as possible. Okay, yes, indeed, because Millsy has actually gained the team at 2 seconds. So they've got roughly 2 minutes and 2 seconds for the final 2 parts of the challenge. About 40 seconds is what Jez is going to be looking for, but if he can do it first time, that will help out. Best of luck. Let's see that cannon, Jez. Okay, this is the cannon. He can move the cannon up and down, left and right to try and get the trajectory. The power indicator on the left-hand side of the screen, that's low, and it's going to shoot right up to high there. Wonderful. He's fired it. Let's see where it's going. This looks good. It's quite obvious that Jez has got the big match temperament there.
That is incredible there, which takes the time up to 1 minute, 42 seconds for Jez. Jez, make way for Chaps. Okay, Purple Monkey, the final leg of the challenge. Chaps shooting this time with the gyrocopter.
That's right.
What tips can you give him? He needs to get gunned down 10 balloons.
Gunned down 10 balloons. Now, he should keep his speed quite slow for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if he goes off the course, he can bank round a bit quicker than if the speed's slow. And secondly, sometimes you're going to find 5 or 6 balloons in a row, and you want to be travelling at the right velocity so that you can pop all of these at one time.
Okay, and you don't just speed right over the top of them.
Yeah, that's lock in and get the balloons. You know what I mean? Get them.
Okay, Kirk's got all Top Gun on me. Right, okay, we reckon that Chaps would need about 1 minute, 20 seconds to do that. Now, this is very difficult. Even that would be cutting it quite fine because of the sterling display by Millsy and the immaculate display by Jez. He's actually got 1 minute, 48 seconds. Now, that sounds like a long time, but it means that if Chaps mucks this up, he is incredibly bad. Just everyone back there at base, just to bear that in mind.
I think that would be what's called a beasting for him.
Yes. Okay, then, right, 1 minute, 48 seconds left. Best of luck, Chaps. Your time starts now. Okay, so off goes Chaps on the runway. We're looking for 10 balloons. It's at night there, but the balloons should be quite easy to see. On the radar, the left-hand side of the radar, you can see that little cluster of yellows. Now, that is quite literally the balloons he's got to gun down. We should see them coming into view in a second. There they are now. Speed-wise, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, 130 kilometres an hour. That's all right, Kirk. No, hang on. First rocket gone. That's 1 balloon gone.
Fantastic
9 balloons to go. 2 minutes, 8 seconds gone.
I mean, you would expect it. You would expect it of these guys. I mean, really, look, we've got 4 in a row here, so if he can just position himself, he can go right along something like that and bang, 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 take them all out.
4 balloons.
No, he missed one.
No, it's 4. The time-wise, he's got 2 minutes 25. He's just got over a minute there. That's 5 balloons now. He's got to get 5 balloons. He's got a minute to do it. Kirk, he's banking round now.
He's banking round, but he's not really dropping his speed, so it's going to carry him quite far out into the area. But here he's got enough room he can come back in. There's 1, 2 there. There's 6 up on the right-hand side. They may be quite tasty.
OK, it's quite a wide bank he did there. Yes, that was the rocket. That was 6 of them. 4 more to go. He's got 45 seconds. That's 7 now.
Over the power factory.
3 more. That's 2 more now. That's his 8th one. 35 seconds left to go. He's only got 2 balloons. This is looking good.
Oh, he's a bit of danger over there by the mountainside. He wants to avoid that, absolutely. But here, now.
Is that one going to go? No, he missed that one. He's missed twice. Oh, no, he got one there. He's got 1 more to go, but he's only got 18 seconds left. He's firing. That's it. He done it. It was just outshot, but with 15 seconds left in, the Flight Boys have done the challenge. Excellent work, guys. Let's take the 3 parts of your challenge in order there. Millsy, you started off. You finished 2 seconds under the split time, gained the team 2 seconds. Talk us through it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't the fastest run in the world, so I had to take my chances on the bonus points, and well, it worked out in the end, thank God.
It did. It gained just 2 seconds. And then we went on to Jez with the bullseye. What can I say? First time, you gained a further 16 seconds for the team there. Were you nervous at all?
I don't think I've ever seen so much pressure, actually, choke chicken, in my life.
So how does that compare to flying a tornado then? Was it worse?
About the same, really. About the same kind of pressure and tenseness.
Now, chaps, on the face of it, yes, you did well, you did the challenge, but the boys had bought you 18 seconds of time. You did it with 15 seconds left, so technically, if they hadn't done that, you wouldn't have done it. What I'm saying is you were rubbish.
What I'm saying, Donny, is team game, and of course, as a team, we like to play to the crowd, so I thought 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just keep it tense towards the end.
You'd never know he was an instructor,
no, cool.
Would you? Do you know what I mean? That's good. Well, listen, thank you very much indeed for coming in, guys. It's always nice to do work with men in uniform. But the Gamesmaster golden joystick goes to the Flight Lieutenants, Jez, Millsy and Chaps. Coming up in the second part of the show, we have one of my favourite bands of all time. Obviously, I'm very excited. We're almost in a pant-changing situation. To spare my blushes, you can look at these adverts. Welcome back. As I said before the break, I'm very excited about tonight's guests. I had to change my pants. The pants have changed and I feel like a new man. Well, there is a first time for everything. Let's find out what today's celebrity challenge is.
It's time to get a bit racy now, as this next challenge will be played on touring cars, the latest arcade racing game from Sega. Players have 4 laps to decide which of them is king of the road. And as usual, we'll be moving between our 2 contestants' point of view to keep abreast of the action. Let's burn rubber.
Now, we've always had a lot of bands on Gamesmaster. We've had Take That, E17, EYC, and I apologise profusely for any help we may have given them in their careers, because I hated all of them. At last, it's good to have a band on who I don't want to suffer horribly in a plane crash. Please welcome Martin Rossiter and Steve Mason from Gene. Welcome, Steve.
Howdy.
Now, Martin, I want to start with you, and I want to talk about objects thrown onto stage while you're performing. What are some of the things you've had hurled?
Well, the first was a pair of Y-fronts with some sort of cryptic message crayoned on them. I've had
a large pant or a small?
It was a small pant actually, but still Y.
Steve, I presume as a singer it gets the most stuff thrown at him. Do you ever get stuff thrown?
Occasionally, but I've got my guitar to hide behind.
Right, you can.
So I can always use it sort of like a cricket bat.
Do you ever feel annoyed that you've been kind of linked, you know, you are part of the great Britpop indie fraternity, and you've never been down as a boys band? You've never been bracketed would take that in E17.
Sadly.
I know, it's most annoying because I've got the thighs.
Yes, I mean, you're both very good-looking men, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, you're
Thank you very much.
sweet, so you're making me blush.
This is the 90s.
Yes.
And finally, our Oasis proof that Darwin's theory of evolution is untrue.
I refuse to comment.
Damn, you can never get them slagging each other off unless it's in the pages of the Enemy or the Melody Maker. Okay, guys, if you'd like to assume your driving positions,
okay.
I will go up to the commentary box. And giving me a lift and support for this one is Mr. Kirk Ewing from Viz. Okay, Kirk, have you got any tips for Martin and Steve on a touring car?
Okay, on this smashing Sega game, the touring cars, the cars are quite literally sliding all over the place. Now, the best thing they can do is follow this sort of oily slick. It's a line, a black line that runs around the track. And if they follow that, that's going to give them the best line for going into the bends. That'll make the whole thing go a bit faster for them.
Okay, thank you, Kirk. Just a word of caution for you, the viewer. You will actually see two screens sliding back and forward. This does not mean anything is up the duff with your telly. This is so we can quite literally flick from one driver to the other, so don't panic if that happens, okay? Martin and Steve have got 4 laps. Whoever crosses the finishing line at the end of the 4th lap will walk home with the joystick. Best of luck, guys. Off you go. And they're off. And if we begin with Steve Mason's screen here, you can see the car in front of him with the flashing initials. That's Martin. Martin's made a great start there. He is quite literally in the lead, and Steve is banging into the hoardings, Kurt.
Yeah, he seems to be a bit random here. He's sliding all over the place.
Hang on, he's overtaken Martin. No, but Martin brings it back. It's touring of road here. Martin Ross are still in the lead. We'll still stick on Steve just now there. Though, because it's very good, we can see Martin's car in the back, and none of them driving particularly brilliantly though, Kurt.
No, but Martin was doing some, he was doing some quite evasive driving, but that's it.
He's overtaken now, Steve. Let's switch to Martin's, and we should see Steve in front of him. Yes,
Yep,
there's the flashing SSS. Martin coming up on the inside, switching. Beautiful switch on the inside to overtake. Let's go back to Steve's one. Just as Steve attempts another overtake, never. He doesn't. Let's go back to Martin's. It's swapping hands all the time, Kurt.
Absolutely. Right, let's face it. Martin tried some nice evasive tactics there where he was literally just trying to sort of push, slide back and forward in front of him, but it didn't really work for him. And,
it was an aggressive drive.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see that we are just coming towards the endish of the 2nd lap, just halfway through the challenge. And if we go to Steve Mason's screen, we can see Martin still ahead of him. His 3Ms flashing in triumph there, Kurt.
I think Martin's pushing out in front, and I think he's maybe showing a bit of quality over Steve, just up and he's inside, and he almost slipped through.
He's not letting him by though. Great driving by Martin Rosser. Remember, there are other cars on the track, but we are quite literally not concerned about them. We don't give a chuff. Okay, then, still on Steve's one here. He's quite far behind, but he seems to be following the racing line better, and he's overtaking him.
Brilliant tactic there, once again, right up the end. Well, tactic, I say tactic, it could be just a bit of a fluke.
Okay, that's the end of the 3rd lap. We're in the final lap now. We go to Martin Rosser's screen. We can see he tried to get past Steve, but he tried to go on the tarmac to do that there, Kurt.
That is not generally the accepted way to overtake it. As we said, I mean, you could follow the lines, but hey, just full caution to the wind and go sliding around all over the place.
Okay, still on Martin's screen. We can see Steve's in front of him. Martin's going for the outside. Give Steve a nudge. He overtakes him. We're coming to the final straight here. Martin Russell in the lead because Steve's coming. We can see Martin is going to close the finish line. Martin wins the challenge. Congratulations, Martin.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Steve.
So it goes.
Now, Martin, that was quite an aggressive race from you at times. What were some of the tactics that you were employing there?
Well, it was simply to convince the world that I'm not the work-shy fop that they think I am.
How does that compare to other driving games then that you've played?
Well, I'm a Daytona addict. I've been known to sort of go up to Oxford Street and pile in pound coin after pound coin. And it's good. It is good. Although there could be a little more feel in the steering wheel, I think. But it's a fine game.
Steve, you could have done it with a little bit more feel somewhere along there. Where did it go wrong for you? Was it only 3 seconds in it at the end?
It's just the car was too sensitive for me. I just didn't have the control necessary.
But why didn't you talk to it and try and understand its problems then?
He's used to tractors.
Next time.
And the album is quite literally out now, and the name is, the title is?
Drawn to the Deep End.
Drawn to the Deep End. I would thoroughly recommend that young people invest their free coinage in this particular piece of CD. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. The Golden Gamesmaster joystick, then I'm very proud to announce, goes to Mr. Martin Rossiter from Gene. again. Foreign heads of state of telephone Channel 4 begging me to bring a bag of funniness into their unhumorless countries. The following piece of film is quite literally the result. Sega's arcade machine division have produced the greatest arcade games in the history of the world, bar none. This is their base in Tokyo. It's so exclusive and so secretive that only 3 Western journalists have ever been in this building, and none of them have returned. With titles like Daytona, Virtua Fighter, Mike's TT, Virtua Cop and Gunblade to their name, Sega's arcade division is quite literally the Melinda Messenger of the Sega Empire. And blow me if there isn't a fine selection of quality arcade games here. I've obviously quite literally come to the right place. The division is grouped into various departments, AM1, AM2 and so forth. Assistant Director of AM3 is 25-year-old Mr. Yamasta. What is it that makes the Sega arcade division and the teams the best and most respected in the whole world?
At Sega, we're all massive games fans, and over the years we've developed a unique set of programming skills. Also, our development time is not limited, so we can spend as long as we like ensuring that every game is absolutely perfect.
Is there any rivalry between yourselves and the AM2 and AM1 teams?
A little, but it's healthy competition, and it's why, as a company, Sega is better than the others.
The latest AM department is AM Annex, their first title touring cars you saw earlier. Head of development is the man who produced Sega Rally, the cool Tetsuya Mitsuguchi.
We're trying to produce a more realistic style of gaming experience. A video game is a combination of imagination and reality, but before you can let your imagination go, you have to study reality. For touring cars, we spent months studying real racetracks, taking hundreds of photos, recording all the sounds and doing tons of research. I don't think any of us got much sleep.
Barely boring. Surely there must be some compensation for working at the world's leading arcade developers. One final question. Kono shigatono o kagere on Anoko karo mosomata.
I'm afraid not. Because I'm so busy, I rarely have opportunities to meet people. In fact, many times we spend the night here in the office. We sleep under tables or on desks. Everyone sleeps wherever they like. It's crazy.
And this is the result of all the hard work. You too can get yourself a Corvette Stingray, one of the classiest production cars in history. You're working so hard you never get the chance to drive the thing, but it does make a very nice paperweight. Well, that's it for today's show. Next week sees the final show of the series, and weather legend Mr. Michael Fish will be gracing us with his presence. While you wait for that, I'll leave you with this question. If God had meant man to fly, why weren't we born with a jet engine and in-flight drinks trolley shoved up our bum? Good night. Unlike other political factions, the Gamesmaster website has a coherent policy vis-à-vis the European Union. Log on now and check out our hard AQs.